And um, yeah, and but then I never lost that dream that I should become a journalist. So when I was 15, I read this book called All the President's Men. It's a book about America. About there's a U.S. president named Richard Nixon, and how some journalists wrote about him and made him lose power. That inspired me when I was 15. So I want to study journalism in America. There's a university in New York called Columbia University. It's the most well-known journalism school in the world. They give out the Pulitzer Prize and all that. So I want to study there. But then in India, we come from a very, you know, lower middle class family. We had no money, and that is a big Ivy League institution. No, only rich people go there. So I forgot about all that. So I was sailing in ships. I was earning some money. But then the dream that I want to become a journalist was always there. So and around when I turned 30, I had some troubles because of my lifestyle. I was depressed. I was usually a very angry person. I would lash out at people and get very angry, and then the consequences I had to bear also. So someone said, doctor said, why don't you go and do this art of living course? It may help you. This. So I went and did the course. I was not very keen. I was sitting in the corner only, almost ready to leave. I didn't accept any of the knowledge. I said, if you accept people and situations as they are, then where will the revolution come from? No? So I didn't accept any of it. But the Kriya was wonderful. Every time I did the three-stage pranayam, Bhatrika, and did the Kriya, so my day changed. Somehow I was less angry, more happier. So I was more in control of my emotions. So the Kriya was absolutely fantastic. I thought this is something really great. At that time, yeah, I'm talking 2001. Art of Living was just beginning at that time, not so very well known. I didn't even know who Sri Ravi Shankar was, who he was. So, and I was doing this Kriya and it was giving me a lot of relief. But then I went back to shipping. Before I went, I applied for this Columbia University. No? After the course, you feel a little sense of some burden is lifted. No, you feel some energy, a gust of energy comes. No, so in that energy and good feeling, I applied. I didn't have any hope. How will I get? I'm an engineer. They want liberal arts background. People who are writers, sophisticated people. Where am I? But I still applied. So let's see what happens. So I applied only to one university. Uh, so, and I went back to my ship and I was sailing and I got a call. I could call somebody at my home and they said, you've got admission at Columbia. I was like, ooh, what is this? This is my childhood dream and it's come true. No. So every day I was doing the Kriya. I was sailing in a ship. It was all Japanese crew. And they used to ask me, what are you doing here? So some weird noises you are making. So I told them I did do this breathing. So I got admission. The company was not letting me go. Then I made a big fight, ruckus, created a ruckus on the ship, fought with the captain. The captain said, why do you want to leave? I said, I want to fight for justice. So he said, if you want to fight for justice, I will let you go. He's a Japanese captain, old man. So he arranged, we were sailing in Egypt. Somehow I got off the ship, came back India, and I applied for a loan. It's a very expensive education. They don't just upfront, they don't give you loans and all that. So no loan was coming. Because they said, bank said, this is not professional education, sir. If you're going to study engineering, you're an engineer, go study engineering, they give you loan. I said, no, I want to become journalist. But they said, we won't give you loan. Big problem. Nobody was giving me loan. The visa interview day was coming near. Then I got a letter saying, Guruji, Sri Ravi Shankar will come to the long kriya. Because until that time, I had not done the long kriya. No, because I had gone to ship, I had not done the long kriya. I remembered that, this long kriya was there. It gave me much more relaxation and happiness. So let me go and do this long kriya. I didn't go to see Guruji and all that. I went there to do long kriya. So, and Chennai, and we did the pranayams, and then they said open the eyes. And then when I opened the eyes and Guruji was sitting there, I was like, so what? Yasuvi has just materialized out of nowhere. What is this nonsense? No, internally, all that thing was there. So and he did live Kriya that time. So we did the Kriya. I felt very nice. And then they said, Guruji will take darshan. So I was a communist, no, I didn't believe in all this. So I said, who is he to give me darshan? I will give him darshan. So I was sitting on a chair, my legs crossed, and I was just looking at him. He looked, and then I remember he had this mala in his, he used to hold this mala, no. If you see Ashtavakra, he hold this mala. He has that thing. So he was holding his mala, and he just walked by, and I was watching him. I was like, okay, somebody's watching me. And then he came and asked me, do you really want to go to America? I was like, what is this? How is he? But in that, somehow that moment, it was actually the first time I'm seeing him, but he didn't seem foreign. He didn't seem like somebody, some stranger. He seemed like somebody I knew. And I was like, I have taken so much step. I have done so many things, stop the ship, come back. How can I not go? So that was my feeling. So I said, no, I have to go. And he said, okay. And he walked back. And I went home. I was like, what is this? Who is this man? How did he even know that I am going to somebody? Did I tell somebody that I didn't know anyone in that? First time I'm doing law career. So I didn't know anyone. But I was very puzzled. And then I saw that events were happening one by one. There was a bank, State Bank, Canara Bank, that had refused my loan. My uncle, somebody, he said, no, you go and speak there, they will give you. I said, they won't, they've already rejected my loan. He said, no, you go and speak. So I went and again spoke. That time the manager came and asked. Previously, the clerk had rejected my loan. Then manager came and asked, so what do you want? I said, explain the situation. The clerk said, we can't give loans. Then the manager said, no, if we come up with such reasons, we can't give loan to anybody. So he sanctioned the loan. And then I go for visa counseling, interview. This is year after 9/11. I know Telangana people, lots of people are there in America. No, year after 9/11, it was very, very difficult to get visas, especially student visas, because all the hijackers came from student visa. No, so they were rejecting all of it. Very, very strong scrutiny was happening. But to my luck, what happened was the person with whom I had gone and done the visa counseling. So in the counseling itself, Yusufi has a counseling. No, I had attended a session. He explained what questions they will ask. So that same man, I'm standing in the visa line. Some of you will be familiar, no, American visa. So I was standing in the line. So all visas are being rejected. He's just throwing it out. You can see the papers flying around. So I go to him. That man gets up and leaves. The other man who gave me counseling for how to appear in a visa interview, he comes and sits. So, and then I know what he's going to ask because he's already told me. So all the questions he asked, I answered the way he described. See what happens. And then he looked at me and then he said he gave the visa. And 1 week I was in New York. I studied journalism there. Now I'm a journalist. Okay, now then I was like, when I came home out of the visa interview, only then I started reflecting. How is it that everything was stuck? But after this meeting with this man, everything started moving. So until then, I was an atheist. No? I didn't think there was any greater power than ourselves. Then I accepted, okay, there is somebody who knows more than me, who's there's some greater power in this universe. So anyway, that's my life-changing experience. First time. Enough, sir?
No, you can tell. You can tell how you became teacher also.
That is a long journey. Then I went there and I was editing I got a job. I was editing a magazine. Somehow I found myself in the state of Connecticut where I met one of the satsangis, Rama. So we were, there was no art of living there. So we did Guru Purnima. I went there. Things that a higher power is in charge and running things that I was seeing more and more. Like we went there, and then there was one couple who had come for Guru Purnima course in Canada, and they were saying, why don't we do Kriya? So why don't we do long Kriya here? So they offered their house. It's a fairly big house. And so, okay, somebody who wants to do organized long Kriya, they've given their house free. Okay, so we can all meet, but we have to get a teacher. So we had to get a teacher, pay money so that she'll come take the train from New York and come and do the long Kriya. So like that, long Kriya started happening in one place, two places, three places. Then somebody slowly did TPC, then teachers. That is how, but and then you could see clearly more and more how events would fall into place, not what you want, but some other higher power is making things happen, and how things will fall into place if you're part of the stream. If some seva comes, have you noticed suddenly someone will call you and ask you for seva, right? And what is our immediate reaction? No, I won't do it. But know that if somebody is calling out of the blue and giving you seva or saying do this course, do that course, know that this is Guruji talk. So immediately sign up. Do the seva, sign up. We'll be going busy, we'll be doing something, and somebody say, can you do this little sub seva? We'll refuse. But then in my experience, just a little trick. So if I'm going to do something and then somebody says, hey, this course is happening, why don't you do it? Then I'll try and go do it. Like that. So how I became teacher also, I could see events happening, events, falling into place. Things that were not falling into place were getting solved.
Okay, so what is Guruji to you?
People ask me, do you believe in God? Is Guruji God? I said, I don't know what God. I said, Guruji is.
Okay, you don't know about God, but what is Guruji to you?
I don't know about God, but I have Guruji.
Super. Super nice, Kalyanji.
I
Nice
know that
Guru.
Guruji exists. I don't know. How can I say God is something so abstract? Is it God? Who knows what? But I certainly know. There was a joke in Connecticut. We would say, because if you're walking in the streets, the Christian evangelicals will come and ask you. They'll come and talk to you and all that. So they would say, ask us, have you seen God? Then I would say, yeah, he lives in Bangalore, I would say.
సూపర్ సూపర్. తెలుగులో నేను ఒక నిమిషంలో చెప్తాను. కళ్యాణ్ గారు ఒకప్పుడు కమ్యూనిస్ట్ అనమాట. సో హెల్త్ బాగోకపోతే డాక్టర్ సజెస్ట్ చేశారు మన కోర్స్ చేసి సుదర్శన్ క్రియ చేయమని. అండ్ ఎస్పెషల్లీ సీలో బాగా ట్రావెల్ చేసేవారు, మెరైన్ ఇంజనీర్ అనమాట. సో క్రియ చేసిన తర్వాత చాలా ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్ అయింది. సో హెల్త్ వైజ్ గా రిలీఫ్ ఫీల్ అయ్యారు. సో కొలంబియా యూనివర్సిటీలో జర్నలిజం చేయాలని అనుకుంటే అప్పుడు జరగలేదు పనులు. ఎప్పుడైతే కోర్స్ చేశారో అన్ని లైన్ లో రావడం మొదలు పెట్టాయి. తర్వాత గురుజీ చెన్నైలో ఒకసారి లైవ్ క్రియ చేస్తుంటే వెళ్ళారు అనమాట. ఆయన అనుకున్నారట, గురుజీ దర్శన్ నేను తీసుకోవడం ఏంటి, నా దర్శన్ గురుజీ తీసుకోవాలి అని అనుకుంటే గురుజీ దర్శన్ లైన్ లోకి వచ్చి అడిగారట, నువ్వు నిజంగా వెళ్ళాలనుకుంటున్నావా అని చెప్పి. అవునంటే ఇక అన్ని ఆగిపోయినాయి, అన్ని అయినాయి. సో ఏం చెప్తున్నారంటే, ఒకసారి పాత్రలోకి వచ్చిన తర్వాత అన్ని అవుతాయి. సో ఎవరైనా సేవ కోసం మిమ్మల్ని అడిగితే మాత్రం నో చెప్పకండి అని చెప్తున్నారు. అది గురుజీ రకరకాల రూపంలో, రకరకాల టీచర్స్ రూపంలో కానీ వాలంటీర్స్ రూపంలో కానీ చెప్పేది. సో అక్కడ ఇవాంజలిస్ట్ అంటే క్రిస్టియన్స్ వీళ్ళు ఉంటారు కదా, వాళ్ళు క్యానికెట్ లో అడిగారట, మీరు గాడ్ ని చూసారా అని. అంటే కళ్యాణ్ గారు చెప్పారు, చూసాను, బెంగళూరులో ఉన్నారు, కనకపుర రోడ్ 21st కిలోమీటర్, కనకపుర రోడ్. సూపర్, వెరీ నైస్ గురు పూజ అండ్ వెరీ నైస్. సంతోష్ గారు స్టార్ట్ చేయండి భజన్, ఏదైనా గురు భజన్ అని. ద మెయిన్ పర్పస్ ఎందుకు డిఫరెంట్ టీచర్స్ ని పిలుస్తున్నామంటే, మనకి బ్రాడ్ విజన్ వస్తుంది. ఆర్ట్ ఆఫ్ లివింగ్ అంటే కేవలం మన హైదరాబాద్, దిల్సుఖ్ నగర్, ఎల్బీ నగర్, వనస్థలిపురం, హయత్ నగర్ కాదు. వరల్డ్ వైడ్ కి ఇది ఒక సముద్రం. వసుదైవ కుటుంబకం. వసుదైవ కెనడా గురించి చెప్తున్నారు, కెనడికట్ గురించి చెప్తున్నారు. అక్కడ టీచర్స్ లేరు, పిలిపించి వీళ్ళు మనీ పెట్టుకొని పిలిపించి ఫాలోఅప్స్ చేయించారు. మనకి ఇక్కడ ఈజీగా దొరుకుతున్నారుగా. రండి అని అంటే రాత్రి అలసిపోయి పడుకున్నాం, లేవలేకపోతున్నాం, పొద్దున్న ఫాలోఅప్ కి రండి అని పిలుస్తుంటే వింటున్నారా? అర్థమవుతుందా? సో సో వేకప్ వేకప్, ఇదంతా వేకప్ కాల్ అన్నమాట. స్టార్ట్ చేయండి సంతోష్ గారు. రైట్ రైట్, 1 సెకండ్.
गुरु आपकी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। गुरु आपकी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। करते हो तुम गुरुजी, करते हो तुम गुरुजी, बस मेरा नाम हो रहा है। करते हो तुम गुरुजी, बस मेरा नाम हो रहा है। गुरु आपकी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। गुरु आपकी कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है। पतवार के बिना ही बस मेरी नाव चल रही है। पतवार के बिना ही बस मेरी नाव चल रही है। हैरान है जमाना, बस मंजिल भी मिल रही है। हैरान है जमाना, बस मंजिल भी मिल रही है। करता नहीं कुछ भी, करता नहीं कुछ भी, बस मेरा काम हो रहा है। करता नहीं मैं कुछ भी, बस मेरा काम हो रहा है। करते हो तुम गुरुजी, बस करते हो तुम गुरुजी, बस मेरा नाम हो रहा है। करते हो तुम गुरुजी, बस मेरा नाम हो रहा है। गुरु आपकी कृपा से मेरा काम हो रहा है। गुरु आपकी कृपा से मेरा काम हो रहा है। बोलो जय गुरुदेव, जय 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 गुरुदेव जय 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 जय जय गुरुदेव. I'll sing one more song.
పాడండి పాడండి.
This is my first song that I sang in front of the Guru. It is my own composition. Tamil lo untadi. இறைவன் வரமாட்டானோ கூவிகழைத்தால் இறைவன் வரமாட்டானோ கூவிகழைத்தால் ஹிருதயம் நெகிழ கோவிந்தா என்று துதித்தார் ஹிருதயம் நெகிழ கோவிந்தா என்று துதித்தார் இறைவன் வரமாட்டானோ கூவிகழைத்தார் ஹிருதயம் நெகிழ கோவிந்தா என்று துதித்தார் உதயமாகி மறையும் கதிர் எதையும் கேட்டதா உதயமாகி மறையும் கதிர் எதையும் கேட்டதா ஊற்றும் மழையும் காற்றும் ஏதும் எதிர்பார்த்ததா உதயமாகி மறையும் கதிர் எதையும் கேட்டதா ஊற்றும் மழையும் காற்றும் நீரும் எதிர்பார்த்ததா நதி பெருகி வள்ளம் பெறவே நன்றி கேட்டதா நதி பெருகி வளம் பெறவே நன்றி கேட்டதா இந்த மாநிலம்தான் நம்மை தாங்கவில்லை கேட்டதா நதி பெருகி வளம் பெறவே நன்றி கேட்டதா இந்த மாநிலம்தான் நம்மை தாங்க விலை கேட்டதா இறைவன் வரமாட்டானோ கூவி அழைத்தால் ஹிருதயம் நெகிழ கோவிந்த என்று துதித்தால் ஆதி மூலமே அபயம் என்ற யானையை அக்கணமே விஷ்ணு சக்கரம் காக்கவில்லையா ஆதி மூலமே அபயம் என்ற யானையை அக்கணமே விஷ்ணு சக்கரம் காக்கவில்லையா தூளில் நின்று நரசிம்ஹம் எழவில்லை தூளில் நின்று நரசிம்ஹம் எழவில்லையா அந்த திரௌபதியின் மானம் காக்க வரவில்லையா தூளில் நின்று நரசிம்ஹம் வரவில்லையா அந்த திரௌபதியின் மானம் காக்க வரவில்லையா இறைவன் வரமாட்டானோ கூவிகழைத்தால் ஹிருதயம் நெகிழ கோவிந்த என்று துதித்தால் சபரி சுவைத்த கனியை ராமனுண்ணவில்லையா அகலிகையின் ஸ்ராபம் நொடியில் தீரவில்லையா சபரி சுவைத்த கனியை ராமன் உண்ணவில்லையா? அகலிகையின் சிராபம் நொடியில் தீரவில்லையா? ரவிசங்கரன் மகிமை நீயும் அறிந்ததில்லையா? ரவிசங்கரன் மகிமை நீ இன்னும் அறிந்ததில்லையா? இந்த குரு இவனின் அருளுனக்கும் கிடைத்ததில்லையா? ரவிசங்கரன் மகிமை நீயும் அறிந்ததில்லையா? இந்த குரு இவனின் அருளுனக்கினும் கிடைத்ததில்லையா? ஜெய குரு ஜெய ஜெய குரு ஜெய ஜெய குரு தேவா. ஜெய குரு ஜெய ஜெய குரு ஜெய ஜெய குரு தேவா. ஜெய குரு ஜெய ஜெய குரு ஜெய ஜெய குரு தேவா. ஜெய குரு ஜெய ஜெய குரு ஜெய ஜெய குரு தேவா. ஜெய குரு தேவா. ஸ்ரீ குரு தேவா. జయ గురుదేవా. శ్రీ గురుదేవా. జయ గురుదేవ్.
సో ఎనీబడి బర్త్డే, మ్యారేజ్ డే? రాజు మన ఆర్ట్ ఆఫ్ లివింగ్ టీచర్ కరీంనగర్. 1 minute. 2000 లో ఒక 100 మెంబర్స్ నేను ఇప్పుడు కేటీఆర్ గారి పిఏ ఉన్నారు కదా, జయేష్ రంజన్ గారిని గురుజీ దగ్గర తీసుకెళ్ళాను. నేనే తీసుకుని వెళ్ళాను. వెళ్తే సత్సంగంలో గురుజీ చెప్పారు, ఇక్కడ చాలా పని ఉంది, కొంతమంది చైనాకి వెళ్దాం అనుకుంటున్నారు అనగానే ఆయన బుర్ర తిరిగిపోయింది. ఆయన చైనాకి వెళ్దాం అని అనుకున్నారు, అక్కడ వాటర్ షెడ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ కి కంప్లీట్ ఇండియా వదిలిపెట్టి. ఆ దెబ్బతో ఆయన చెప్పారు, ఆయన హ్యూమన్ రిసోర్స్ మీదే డెవలప్ అవుతారు, డిపెండ్ అవుతారు. షాక్ అయ్యి వాళ్ళందరితో చెప్పారు, 100 మెంబర్స్ తో. హీఈస్ నాట్ అన్ ఆర్డినరీ. అప్పటికి కోర్స్ చేయలేదు, ఓన్లీ నవచేతన శిబిర్ తీసుకున్నాం విలేజర్స్ కి. అది చూసి ఇన్స్పైర్ అయ్యారు, ఇన్స్పైర్ అయ్యి వచ్చారు అనమాట. సో రిమెంబర్ వీ హ్యావ్ సంబడి ఇన్ అవర్ లైఫ్, మన లైఫ్ లో హూ నోస్ బెటర్ దెన్ అస్, మనకంటే వారికి ఎక్కువ తెలుసు. అండ్ ద బెస్ట్ విల్ హ్యాపెన్, ఓన్లీ బెస్ట్ విల్ హ్యాపెన్. సెకండ్ బెస్ట్ కూడా కాదు, ఓన్లీ బెస్ట్ గెటింగ్. అండ్ మై డివోటీస్ వోంట్ ఫాల్ అంటారు గురుజీ, బికాస్ హీ వోంట్ అలో us టు ఫాల్. సో గో అహెడ్, సేవ చేయండి, ప్రోగ్రెస్ అయ్యండి లైఫ్ లో. ద హోల్ పర్పస్ ఆఫ్ గురు పూజస్ ఎందుకు పెడుతున్నాం అని అంటే, ఎవరి లైఫ్ ఎప్పుడు ఎట్లా ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్ అవుతుందో తెలియదు. నాకు మొన్న హ్యాపీ అనిపించింది, సండే రాజు గారు చెప్పారు, మురళి నా దగ్గర టీటీపీ చేశారు, హీ స్టార్టెడ్ సార్, గురు పూజ అటెండ్ అయినాక రీఛార్జ్ అయ్యి కోర్సెస్ స్టార్ట్ చేశారని చెప్పారు. డెఫినెట్ గా ఎవరికో ఒకరికి ఎక్కడో ఒక అవుతుంది. అండ్ ఎవ్రీబడి విల్ షుడ్ ప్రోగ్రెస్ ఇన్ లైఫ్. ఓకే.